Madison Drew. She attends Oak Park School. She is nonverbal, but she would like to let you know how she feels about being forced to take the Florida Standards alternate assessment or being risked being removed from her specialized school if she does not. And I would like, even though she's nonverbal, for you to basically give her the time that everyone else gets to voice their opinion. Would you like Mommy to talk for you then? Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna talk to you. Appreciate you giving her the time.
And I'm gonna break with decorum and give her applause.
And Paula?
My name is Paula Drew, and I'm Madison's mom, and I take that role very seriously. As you've undoubtedly gathered, Madison cannot tell you how she feels about being made to take the Florida Standards alternate assessment. Madison communicates in various non-traditional ways, such as pointing, gesturing, a few signs, and through a communication app on her personal iPad. None of these methods of communication are foolproof and are often subject to interpretation. Because of Madison's disabilities, she has limited life experiences and may not be able to identify with certain types of questions on the assessment. I don't know about you, but I would not want my pay, job security, or school rating based upon what she may say on particular questions. I'd like to borrow a term used in Commissioner Stewart's letter to teachers dated March 3rd, 2014, where she was defending her actions with regard to harassment of Ethan Radisky and his family while he was on his deathbed. In her letter, she states it would be a moral outrage to deny that opportunity, referring to testing, to any child based on any reasoning, including special needs. Well, that certainly speaks volumes as to the Commissioner's morals and compassion and determination to test no matter what the cost. What is a moral outrage is asking special needs children, or any child for that matter, to perform on a one-size-fits-all assessment. What is a moral outrage is ignoring the child's special accommodations outlined in their IEP. What is a moral outrage is not listening to the parents of
I'm going to allow you to have the rest of the time from your daughter.
Okay, who find it abusive to subject their special needs children to this assessment for hours on end. What is a moral outrage is using the results of said flawed assessment to rank students, calculate teacher pay, and assign grades to schools, but especially schools like Oak Park, who serve nothing but children with varying physical, intellectual, and/or emotional disabilities. In 2014, as a result of the state's harassment of families like the Radiskys, Senate Bill 1642 was passed. That law restored a little bit of compassion and common sense to the state's overzealous testing regime. The bill allows for the exemption of medically complex children from taking standardized assessments. Even though I made my position known 10 months ago, it was just last week that we were given the procedure on how to apply for said exemption, with only 4 days to gather the documentation from a physician and hold an emergency IEP meeting. I requested a permanent exemption for my daughter as her condition will not change, and I already have enough paperwork and hoops to jump through on a daily basis just to address her basic needs. I do not want to repeat exemption process every year. The commissioner will have to grant the exemption. I was told that she most likely will not, given her past history denying most exemptions and the tone of her March 2014 letter. I would also like to note that I was told that Madison would be removed from her specialized school if I refused to allow her to be tested should she be denied. If the exemption for my daughter is denied and/or she's removed from her specialized school, I'm hereby putting the school board and Department of Education on notice that I intend to do whatever it takes to see that the law is adhered to. In summary, I know that Madison will never go to college, get a job, or leave home, and I'm okay with that. All of the education and testing in the world is not going to change the fact that she's severely disabled. But you know what? She's happily disabled, and because of that, I'm okay. Yes, she's somewhat educable, but not to Florida standards. She goes to school to learn life skills. She goes to school to get social interaction. Madison is anything but standard. Thank you.
Thank you for reminding us that not all students are the same.
Hi, I'm Tracy Raleigh. Couple things. First, I fully support our transgender students using whichever restroom for the gender in which they identify. It is nothing but respect for those students. I really enjoyed the VMS presentation, and I would suggest that those students look up the word rigor in the dictionary and decide if it really applies to their education. Now we're running into testing time, and I had a mom call me yesterday who got the lovely letter that's just a repeat of the one we received last year from Dr.